140 kilo bench for Jennifer Thompson. Open Master World Record. And get this, the highest Wilkes Point bench, male or female, in history. Right here.
And the judges say, yeah!
One of the biggest compliments I think I always get from people when they first meet me is they always say, well, you're not as big as I thought you would be. And I always find that nice, but I also think that also goes to this thought that in order to be strong, you have to be kind of some very big, huge human being. I think we're sort of breaking that mold, and that's sort of a stereotypical mold of women, I think, is that, you know, traditionally we weren't very athletic. If you look at sort of like your ideal woman over the years, you know, back to Marilyn Monroe, it was very voluptuous sort of body type, and then we really got into this very skinny, scrawny model sort of type of being the ideal woman. And I think now many of us are helping break that rule into that ideal woman is more of an athletic woman, I think. I hate to even use the word ideal because I think we all have lots to offer, and it's not based on our size or shape. That's one of the things that's great about powerlifting is there's a place for everybody, and we are all quite different. If you look at the raw side, specifically, we have Susie Hartwood-Gary, Kim Walford, and Bonica Law, and we're all very different in our size and shape, short, tall, but we're all very successful in our weight classes and all very strong and exude strength. I think we're also good at showing self-confidence, and I believe that those are strong role models for young women. And I don't mean to limit it to the raw side of powerlifting, because we have great role models in our equipped side too. Priscilla Ribic, Leanne Blinn, Jessica O'Donnell have all been in powerlifting for many years and have been great ambassadors for our sport and for young women. So training we do on an 8-day system. We have version 19 here of our workout. We have a heavy cycle and a speed cycle. So I do my bench day and my leg day, so 2 days, and then I take 2 days off. And then I'll come in and do my tricep, shoulder kind of accessory day, and then deadlifts, and then take two days off. And what I found is the more rest I give myself, the stronger I get. But those 2 days that I'm working out, I totally kill it. Like, it's to failure on the sets. Every set is hard, and you really feel it the next day. So that's another thing that we implement in our gym is kind of a deload rule. Basically, we have certain reps we want to hit on each exercise. And if you don't hit them, then you have the next time to try it. And if that doesn't work, then you must deload. A lot of people plan in a deload into their workout. Like, they work hard for, I don't know, 6 weeks, and they have like a deload week, and then pick back up to finish their training. So I wait until I get slow or stuck on the weights, and then I deload myself. And the reason for doing that is when you get stuck, you're getting slow. So by taking the 20 pounds off or deloading, I'm getting a lighter weight that's still a little bit tough, but I'm really working on the speed of that lift. And what I do is when I'm benching now, I really work on throwing it off my chest and really getting that speed back, because when you lift, you know that force is mass times acceleration. So you have the mass, which is the weight of the bar, and the acceleration is how fast you move it. So if you can move the weight faster, you will generate more force. this is our chart of calendars, and at the top we have a chart of weight, because a lot of our workouts we do like a set, and then the second set is 95% of the first set, and then it's 85% of the first set. So to keep the math easy and not having to keep calculating it, we've got that all at the top. And then here's my calendar I use. I have my Australia trip right here. So what I do when I'm training is I look at where my competition date is, and then I count back the weights I want to hit on my exercises. So you can see here, I'm going to do a deadlift day. My last deadlift day before we go, I want to hit 425 for sets of 3 reps, okay? And then you can see here on my bench press day, before I leave, I want to hit 315. So what I do is I work the numbers back on each workout, with each workout planned out. So this week I did the next bench workout, I'm going to do 310, 305, I start with 395, and then same thing with the deadlifts. I have 425 here, and so here I want to do sets of 3 at 420, 315, and I start with 405. Notice my squats are not on there because I'm not quite sure what's going on with those. I'm trying a few things and I have no idea where my squat's going to be back by the time I go to Australia. So I also have my autographed copy of the last copy of Powerlifter magazine with a heavy D on it. And then he sent me this one. I need to have it framed. Dennis and I have a long tradition of competing against each other since he's such a good raw bench presser, and this is what I got in the mail the other day. He has a robe that says Heavy D, and since I beat him at the Arnold, I told him he owed me a robe, and that came in the mail the other day. Heavy J. Not quite sure I like the heavy part. Maybe just Strong J? I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was a pretty good sport for him. Why did I start lifting in USA Powerlifting opposed to all the other zillion organizations that are out there? So back then, the internet wasn't as vast as it is now, and you went to the magazine Powerlifting USA, and you would look in the calendar in the back, and you would look for meets to lift in. So I was looking for different meets, and there was, you know, like WABDL, and there was all sorts of other different acronyms for many different organizations, and then there was USA Powerlifting. So I thought, well, that makes sense. I mean, you want to lift for your country. USA Powerlifting sounds like the most logical organization. So I chose one from there, and it was in Detroit, from where I'm from, because we were going back home. So I did my first meet in 1999, and the coolest thing about the whole experience was, like, it was my first meet. I went ahead and deadlift like the week of. It was a terrible meet for me. I almost bombed out in the squat with 186. And it was just such a friendly, pleasant atmosphere that I was so glad I did it. Especially after I missed the first 2 squats and I was about to bomb out. The whole crowd and everybody and the referees were all cheering for me to get it. And stay in the meet. At that time, if you bombed out, you were done. So it just made sense to lift in that, and I've been in it ever since. And I'm glad I did. I think if I would have had chose something else, I would have eventually gotten to USA Powerlifting, because for me, I always want to go against the best. And there's so many of these little organizations around where you're kind of just paying for your medal or your title. You're the only one in your division, and it's whatever you lift that day, and yay, you know, you're a state champion, a national champion, a world champion, and there wasn't really any competition. And I've also never really understood this sort of logic where you hear people go, well, I'm not going to go to nationals. Looking at the numbers, I'll take 5th place. I'm not going there to take 5th place. But I always think, well, what's wrong with taking 5th place? Like, you're 5th in the nation of the strongest people in the country. You should be proud of that. And then that should drive you to want to come back and get 4th place and 3rd place and work your way up. It shouldn't be easy. Anything worth having is not easy. So, you know, it's as the old saying, you know, you can be a big fish in a little pond. You know all your buddies around you and no competition and walk around saying I'm a world champion. I went to a world competition and there was one guy from Canada there and I beat him. The IPF is really the only international organization, and it's the one that IOC is looking at for the Olympics. So I think that says a lot there. So it's a kind of thing, like if you just want to be kind of a big guy in your local gym, you know, there's a place for you in powerlifting for that. But if you really want to go against the best and be #1, then you've got to come to USA Powerlifting. And then you got to go to the IPF. And then it should be a hard road to get there. The World Championships, to be a world champion in the IPF means a lot. It means something. It's the real deal. And if you talk to anyone, they know that's the real deal. There's no other one. That's why I chose USA Powerlifting. The name fit. It made sense to go look for your country. And then once I got in it, I realized I had made the right choice. I didn't want to be just walk in the park, you know, yay, you won out of nobody. I wanted to work hard. I wanted to make it worth something, mean something, and it sure does. You see all my medals in the background. They're pretty awesome. I'm proud of them because I worked hard for each and every one of them. It didn't always go my way. Sometimes it's 2nd place, sometimes it's 1st place, but you keep working, keep it together.
What?
Say hello.
Hello.
This is Tucker.
What are you doing?
I have to videotape myself today. All the stuff that I do. So people want to see what my life is like for some reason. So I have to videotape the day in the life of Jennifer Thompson. This is where we're going to get these kids to burn some energy off. Where's Tuck? There he is.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. Hold on.
It's called bouldering, T. You're bouldering.
I made it. Mom, I made it.
You did?
Yeah, that's a cute picture. Roxy, look over here. Roxy. Can't touch this. No. Can't touch this.
You're crazy. This is our hike. And this is Beacon Heights. You can see long range views and my kids way down there. So I often wish that I was in my 20s and just starting powerlifting right now. If you're in your 20s or even in your teens and just starting, I think that you're so lucky to be starting at this moment in time. I think many have laid the groundwork for women's strength sports to where we're like on this cusp right now. Like we are just like almost to the top part of something becoming huge and groundbreaking, I think. So many years ago, when you would walk into the gym, you would only see men in the free weight area. You'd never see a woman over there. And now, it's not the case. And I think that speaks volumes for how far women have come in strength sports. I think that there's been a lot of role models. A lot of people have stayed in the sport for a long time, breaking down sort of those barriers that you have to look like a man to be in strength sports. There's so many of us that show that's so untrue. I think we're on the verge of something great here. I think we're on the verge of smashing myths, smashing this idea that only you have to look like a man to lift weights. And I think the raw aspect of it has really helped you know, with that. And our sport is drug-free, so I think that helps too. You know, most women get a little fearful about entering our sport because, you know, there's definitely are those examples out there of women that don't maintain their femininity, but that's largely due to taking things that help that. And I know that we aren't. So I think we are on to big things. I think our sport's going great places, and I love seeing these sub-juniors and juniors coming up because talking with them, they are good, strong, confident women that I think are going to carry on, I think, this legacy that many of us paved or helped pave, and that makes me happy to see that. And I look forward to see where we're going and how our future generation is going to do with our sport. And I hope that they will carry on what we've tried to lay forward them, and that is be strong, be confident, be self-assured. I'm going to stay in the sport as long as I can, so that new generation's going to have to deal with me for a while. But I think we're onto something pretty great here, and I look forward to seeing how women in powerlifting will evolve over the years.